Never give up, believe in yourself, and anything is possible. And here is this year's Rapha Festive 500, and it's been a tough one.
I'm a cyclist and live in the Pennines, and welcome to my channel. And it is that time of year. It's time for the Festive 500. And what does that mean? Well, it means you've got to cycle 500 kilometres or 310.7 miles between the 24th of December and the 31st of December. And over here in the UK, especially in the Pennines, that can be challenging, and the weather will always be a key factor. And so, having got Christmas out of the way, I decided to start the event on the 26th of December. So I was 2 days behind, but I had a 5-day plan, which meant that I had to cycle over 100 kilometres every day, which is about 62 miles in old money. And every time you reach 100 kilometres, you get a virtual badge on the website to inform you of your progress. And so on day one, I set out into my local hills above Halifax and Mytholmroyd, where the weather was extremely cold and it had snowed overnight. And on some sections of road, it was quite thick and my feet became freezing cold. But in the end, I cycled over 68 miles with over 4,340 feet of climbing. And for me, this meant that the event was on. And I don't like to start something that I can't finish. And so on day 2, I was joined by Mike as we set off out to the Peak District to Whaley Bridge, where we cycled over 66 miles and over 3,400 feet of elevation gain. And when we got there, the cafe was closed because it was a bank holiday.
So we're at Whaley Bridge. Anything you'd like to say, Mike? Speechless? What about Happy New Year to the viewers?
Happy New Year to the viewers. If you like our videos,
Get it right?
Subscribe.
Yeah, thanks for that, Mike. But that meant we'd earned a 200 kilometre badge. And in total, I'd covered 211.38 kilometres. And so with tired legs, day 3 took us to Skipton, into the Yorkshire Dales, where we cycled over the highest part of the whole of this challenge, on the local climb of Cock Hill, where we were 1,400 feet above sea level. And when I arrived in Skipton, the place was bustling and all the cafes were really full. So I decided to keep on moving, where I stopped at a service station near Kelbrook.
Well, I'm 40 miles into the ride. Skipton were packed. And I'm near Kelbrook. I need to get something inside me because I'm hungry.
And yes, we earned another 100 kilometre badge, and that took us now to 317.61 kilometres. And bike maintenance is key, so all the important things were taken care of before the start of each ride, and the bike was cleaned down at the end of every ride. I also had peace of mind in other areas where I'd recently replaced the front wheel bearings. And in addition to this, I had brand new 28mm gator skin tyres and hydraulic disc brake pads, so the bike was good to go and it never let me down. And so I started day 4 with a 45-mile plan in mind, where I was going to take on the 3 main valleys of my local area, all centred around Todmorden. And sadly on this day, I had to say goodbye to an old friend who was a great inspiration to me as a younger child and in later years when I became an adult. So rest in peace to my old teacher and good friend, Kevin Taylor. I'll miss you, buddy. But getting back to the cycling, and we still had some miles to cover, and it was going to be another wet and cold day out there in my local hills.
Well, it's the 29th of December 2021. This is day 4 of my Rapha Festive 500. And it's raining today. It's absolutely tipping it down. I'm making my way down the valley into West Yorkshire towards Todmorden. I need to try and find around 60 kilometres today, having already cycled around 320 kilometres over the last 3 days. I started it late. I actually started it on Boxing Day. So I've got a lot of ground to make up in a short space of time. And yes, my legs are feeling it. I can feel the lactic acid in them legs all right. I've had 3 pretty intense days. getting all over the place.
I've actually cycled through several counties: Lancashire, West Yorkshire, Greater Manchester, Derbyshire, Cheshire East and the Yorkshire Dales.
But failure is not an option.
And that became the mantra that I kept saying to myself on these cold, wet days.
Well, it's lashing it down. I'm about 24 k's into the ride. I don't ride in kilometres. I'm near Burnley, so look at that spray coming off. I'm going to try and do what they call like a tri-spoke pattern for the route. So you get to Burnley, turn back. JJ's is just down there if you know the area. Get to Todmorden, take a left. I'm going to go all the way towards Hebden Bridge and Mythenroyd until I reach around 8 miles out of Todmorden going down the Calderdale Valley. Then I'll turn back and go all the way back home. It should give me actually not far off 60k. So come on.
So today was going to be the day, and I'd made my mind up. I was going to complete this, come hell or high water. My legs were aching, but they were starting to recover, having cycled many hundreds of kilometres already through some very difficult conditions. And Mike was joining me on the ride again today. So we headed out towards Culcheth, but the Garmin sent us on some weird and wonderful routes, with some very strange place names as well.
We're here at Knob End Locks.
Yeah, we're 15 miles into the ride. We're on a magical mystery tour here. We've been going down canal paths. We're trying to get towards Culcheth. So yeah, this is day 5 of my Rapha Festive 500, and I'm hoping to get it done today. So no pressure there, but it's quite mild, very mild in fact. So today I've got to try and find 65 miles or 100 or so kilometres, and I can feel it in my legs. I've got a feeling there's something going on over my shoulder again. There usually is when I'm doing this. So I'll catch you later. Okay, we're in Little Lever. I can't believe it, Mike's got a puncture. And he got a puncture on the ride the other day, but I didn't film it because he's had one nearly every ride. Don't know what to say.
You're not filming this, are you?
So having repaired the puncture, it started to rain then, and it really came down. And we ended up on the East Lancs Road, which is the A580. It's a dangerous road for cyclists too, but we kept some good pace along here as we made our way towards Culcheth. And at this point, I'd earned another badge. I'd covered 400 kilometres.
We found a cafe. Culcheth, just down the road, a couple of miles away. Just come off the East Lancs, we're tipping it down. Let's get in there and get a brew.
That's really good, is that? Get that on there.
And what a great little cafe this turned out to be. The Victory Tea Rooms and Sweet Shop. And guess who likes sweets? I caught Mike round the corner, literally like a kid in a sweet shop. But it was time to hit the road. It goes dark very early these days, so we had to be making tracks, and I needed to chase some kilometres down.
Oh, sweets.
How much are you having?
Half a pound.
That's a good cafe, that. We've left a right puddle on the floor though. It's still raining. Let's get these lights on. Want it on that flashing mode. That's the one. Right, are we all set? Yeah. Let's go. So I've cycled 27 miles and I was hoping to get nearly 65 today. So it might not be enough just doing this route straight back. We'll see what happens.
And so this is making our way back towards the East Lancs Road, and this is what we call the Greyhound Roundabout. We're going to take the A574 back towards Astley, and ultimately work a route towards Farnworth, Little Lever again, and then into Bury. And with a pushing wind, things got a bit quick at times.
34 miles in. It is tipping it down again. Just left Walkden. We're back into Bolton now. Failure is not an option, but I am drenched.
And so here I am now on the outskirts of my hometown. Mike had made it home safely and it was starting to go dark, and looking down at the computer, I'd only covered 46 miles, which is 74 kilometres, which meant I needed to find more kilometres, so I'd remain very wet for a little bit longer.
I'm trying to find the miles. We're on 50 miles, it's going dark. And if you look over my shoulder, that's where the Northwest Passage normally starts from in February. It's tipping it down still. Okay, well I'm back in the home village now. Looking at the speedometer there, I've clocked up nearly 61 miles, which is about 100 kilometres. And I've actually got to keep going now until I reach 110 kilometres, I think. So we're looking at around 66 miles for the total ride. Trying to convert things between miles and kilometres. So I'm going to sneak over the border into West Yorkshire now until I get to 63 miles. Then I'm going to turn around and come straight back. And hopefully 66 miles or thereabout should give me what I need. Here we're just approaching the halfway point now. I'll just get past this section here, then I'll do a U-turn and then head back down towards my local village. And hopefully that should do it. I'll catch you in a while.
So there you have it, and I was convinced I'd done enough miles or enough kilometres to complete this challenge, and when I got home I realised I was 1.2 miles short, or about 2 kilometres. So I had to go back out and go down the road just to make up this distance. But what a challenge it was. I thoroughly enjoyed it, the weather played its part, and I'm so glad that I did it. And in fact I went out on New Year's Eve to go and see my mum, which gave me another 21 miles, or 33.7 kilometres to be exact, which gave me a grand total of 534 kilometres over this festive period. I cycled 332.2 miles, I climbed 17,604 feet, and the riding time was 23 hours and 18 minutes. So that's it for 2021, and I'd like to thank you all for your support, your kind words, and for taking the time to share your comments with me on all of the videos that we've made for you. And can I wish you all a happy new year, and let's just hope that 2022 just gets better and better. I'm a cyclist and I live in the Pennines, and thank you for watching. Until the next time, people.
You have to be here, Mike. You have to be here. Are we all set? Yeah. Time to go home. Yeah. Let's go then. I know. We're gonna have to do it again. What? You gotta go past the camera. Oh. I thought you knew what to do now. We'll get there in the end. No, right, now I'll turn back. So yeah, I've got to try and... So yeah, today I've got to try and find about 65... No, I've not.
Subscribe, thumbs up,
Yeah?
and make it. Oh no, forget the donation.
Black puddings?
Yeah,
Black pudding fun?
Puddings for me. Yeah, I've got some information for the viewers.
Hey up.
So we're in Whaley Bridge, and this canal behind me was erected in 1432 by the Vikings, and then in the Battle of Hastings,
Hey up.
the Vikings.
Mike, I've only got so much battery life left on this.
Oh, they beat the Roman, dug a canal out.
It's going to go dark soon.
Yeah, so a bit of a... Right, you join the peloton at Knob End. We're here at Knob End Locks.
Is that real?
Yeah,
Is that serious?
Yeah, Knob End. It's
When was it erected, Mike?
it was Knob End locks were erected in 1647. No, you can't pull that. Cut that.
Yeah.
Cut that bit down.